Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is Africa and the Sudan. And we're fortunate to have with us this morning to talk about Africa and the Sudan, Dr. LMadu. Dr. LMadu is an international lawyer, and he's the president of Pan-Africa, and he has also been involved with a large number of other civic and social organizations in and around Nashville and, of course, in a real sense throughout the world. Dr. LMadu is also a diplomat, and he has played a very, very significant role dealing with persons who have come to Nashville from Africa and from the Caribbean and escorting them around and doing a number of things that people who are in charge of such responsibilities do. And Dr. LMadu, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Thank you.
Dr. LMadu, what we'd like to do today is to talk about Africa and the Sudan. But I don't think that there is any question that is more important and perhaps more burning in the minds of our audience is the fact that the President of the United States recently made a tour to Africa. And let's start off by having you to give perhaps an assessment of Mr. Clinton's trip to Africa, and from that point to talk about some of the other issues that we are going to talk about today.
Thank you. Well, you know, for a long time, this trip has been anticipated. He has been in office now for over 4 years before he went to Africa. So actually, it was late in coming. We expected that he should have been to Africa during his first term. His wife was the first to go to Africa and came back with good reports. So we are happy that he went. We would have preferred that he went earlier on. As you know, the most significant thing about his trip to Africa is that since the end of the Cold War, Africa has been marginalized in terms of geopolitical importance. And at the same time, this has caused a fall, should I say, in the economies of those countries. During the Cold War, both superpowers and also the other three powers, Britain, France, and China, were pouring money and aid into Africa as part of their proxy war against each other. With the fall of the Soviet Union and the collapse of the Berlin Wall, the importance of Africa insofar as these powers are concerned diminished. So when the president decided to go to Africa, we saw it as an opportunity, not only to give Africa the profile it is due, but at the same time as an opportunity to encourage investments and tourism to Africa. You would observe that when the 7 economic powers have their meetings, Africa is never mentioned. You might hear of South Africa one way or the other, but it seems like Africa doesn't exist in economic terms insofar as the world is concerned. So what we think is that this visit and also the law passed by Congress, the Business Opportunity Act for Africa, will help not only to increase investments in Africa, but also to attract more tourism. A lot of African countries, depend on tourism to survive. So it's very important from that regard.
You know, Dr. LMadu, I think that some people have talked about the emergence of Africa since the president's trip. Now, certainly I think that it has also been pointed out that Africa really does not need Mr. Clinton to give it credibility. But I think it has also been pointed out that this is the continent with a vast amount of resources and et cetera, as you are indicating, through investments. But now, we've seen Africa over the 60s and the 70s emerge, and I think that if there is one thing that came out is that the Africa of the 1990s is not the same Africa that many of us know of the 1960s and the 1970s, which is to say that some people still have a mindset of a continent that is still under the process of decolonization as it was in the 1960s and et cetera. Perhaps you would like to deal with that as an issue this morning.
Well,